United have gone to White Hart Lane and we have lost, and we have been extremely poor whilst losing. And I'm I'm trying to be logical. I'm trying to have a little bit of thought about this and a little bit of common sense about this one. And people are going to overreact, right? United played well in the first half and was unlucky not to get our noses in front, and for no explanation whatsoever. Penalties not given for a clear handball. United don't get an opportunity from the spot, and we go into the second half where we concede a couple of goals. But United were in this game. We created more chances. We had more big chances than Tottenham. And we did so while still having almost every player put in a 4 or 5 out of 10. Like, if I go through the United side, I'm thinking, outside of Onana, I thought Onana had a really good game. I don't think he could do anything about the goals. I thought Onana had a really good game with the ball and as a goalkeeper. And then I think, okay, so Wan-Bissaka played all right. I don't think he did anything obviously bad. I think Varane played all right. Martinez had a little bit of a shaky one. Maybe he needs to get a little bit of match fitness. He wasn't his usual self. Luke Shaw, I think, could have done a lot better for the first goal. He was lazy. Why is he not going? The winger coming in to cross is your man, nobody else's. And he's just watched it and then just done absolutely nothing and allowed the ball to come back across the box and cause havoc. Garnacho non-existent, Rashford non-existent, Anthony worse than non-existent because he was actively bad. Mount non-existent. I think Eriksen did as much on the ball as Mount did when he came on. Casemiro, I think you can't see him played there on his own. Mount or Bruno need to understand, away from home especially, at home against a team that's going to give you the ball, yeah, Mount and Bruno might work. Tottenham under Postecoglou, I think they had more possession. I think they, if they did, it would have been negligible, but I think they had more possession. You know that in the way... I was sitting there watching the game going, Jesus Christ, Spurs throw so many players forward. Like, when I look at how many pass involvements, you're playing 1-6. 1-6. This motherfucker needs to get on the ball 80, 90 times. Realistically. Casemiro had about 26 passes. United didn't get on the ball enough. We held possession in our back line, but we didn't hold possession in our back line. They was just the people who had the ball more and we couldn't get it forward. Make a decision. Bring Bruno back to the 6th line and get him on the ball and get on the turn and move the ball forward. The lack of a focal point isn't good. I can't believe Garnacho got another start after how poor he was on Monday night. I would have absolutely moved Rashford over and maybe brought Sancho in to come and play in the 9 as a bit of a false 9, because it made perfect sense against Spurs to do that. Why play up against the 2 centre-halves? They want to push the full-backs forward, put wingers who are going to run in behind up against them, get them on the turn and penetrate them. And United did make chances. We had a right load of shots. We've just been shit with our shooting. And we created opportunities. The lack of a number 9 is somehow dropping everybody else's finishing level down by a couple of points, because we could not score if we were still playing till tomorrow morning. Just extremely frustrating. And Ten Hag needs to fix this now, because the Premier League season is too cutthroat. You drop points and it matters. You know, this Spurs 11 is a hodgepodge. Like, it's not good. It was quite an attacking Spurs lineup when you see what they started with Kulusevski, Maddison, Son, Richarlison. It's an attacking lineup. It's players that can hurt you. And we did well containing them. They didn't really hurt us. It was the midfield that kind of hurt us coming into the box, arriving late. But realistically, it was United that hurt United. Casemiro cannot play solo in a 6. Certainly can't play solo in a 6 away from home. You're going to have to adapt the way you play, or you're going to have to bring somebody in. Christian Eriksen, and this is weird, right? Because United were worse in the second half. We were good in the first half and we created opportunities. In the second half, later in the second half, when you bring Eriksen and Sancho on, I thought United had a little bit more of the ball, but it didn't reflect that in the performance. Anthony's going to lose his place to Pellistri or Diallo this season. Or Sancho. Can we try Sancho off the right-hand side? Anthony needs to not start for a certain period of time. And again, I'm trying not to be reactionary to this. People think that sometimes just doing any sort of content is reactionary. It's not. I do a fucking review whether we win, lose or draw. And whatever I talk about is whatever I saw in the game. But you can't tell me that there wasn't issues there on Monday that are still present there today. We struggled to play through. We struggled to control the game. We struggled in the final third, creating opportunities. Therefore, Manchester United struggled. The one shining light is Onana at the moment. Obviously, Mount's going to get time to bed in, but Jesus, there's too many players at the moment putting in too weak a performance. Far too many 4s out of 10. Who's stepping up and being a leader in this United team and actually taking some responsibility for the way that we play? Yes, the manager's allowed to get tactics wrong, but you lot as players have to step up. Some of the decision-making that I've been seeing from players, Ten Hag's not going out there and saying, lads, I'd like you to make really bad decisions when you get into good opportunities. From Anthony and Garnacho especially. And Marcus just doesn't suit playing as a number 9. He is extremely effective as a wide man. There's been opportunities when the ball was on, people are not looking up at the right opportunities. And for this reason, United could have got their noses in front at any time in the first hour or so in that game. We didn't. We come away. Spurs have kept a clean sheet. I think they're going to be all right without Harry Kane. All right. I mean, maybe I predicted them 10th. That might have been a bit giddy. They've still got to deal with and contend with Europa League. That's going to be hard work for them. But I think Ten Hag's going to have to take this one on the chin. And that doesn't mean, suck him. That means, look, today you got it wrong. Let's fix this next week. Because you ain't going to get a million opportunities to make this right. And you got it wrong today. And I think the board needs to go and make these signings happen so Manchester United can play the way that this guy wants us to play. And the players that are hanging on, I don't really want to leave. Cool story, nerd. Off you fucking pop. Let's go. Because United need to improve to have any sort of hope. Give us your thoughts. See you in a bit.